that's a good explanation. But
good, I'm glad.
I'm fucking glad that hurt. Such a brutal way to start a high too is with like your throat being on fire.
Mm-hmm.
The elevation.
I bought a new banger from this guy that's like LA Quartz. So I was like, oh yeah, that'll be really cool. And then I got it, and it's so fucking giant.
Whoa! Oh my god!
Like, what are you supposed to think?
That is huge.
It's so insane, and it's still like a 14 downstem. So I don't know what to do with it.
Take shots out of it.
Like 4 different people hit it at once.
Yeah.
Go, Daniel. All right, cool. All right, start. 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, that's those lats, bro.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wait What? I'm your host, Luke Severeid. Thank you for joining us. This is a show that brings you the news you didn't know you needed to know. What we do is every week we have a couple comics on to bring some news articles, something that they saw that kind of got lost in the mix because there's so much happening in the world right now. And then we tell some jokes, we have fun with it. It's good. If you saw something in the news that you think didn't get enough attention, feel free to throw it in the comments. We'll check it out. Maybe it'll be in next week's episode. Before we get into it, I want to say that Wait What is brought to you by Magnatech Auto Glass and Residential. If you are in the South Sound area, you know, Tacoma, Kent, Auburn, Puyallup, Graham, all that stuff, they do auto glass replacement and also residential replacement. They're 2 good buddies of mine, Mike and Jay Carroll. They're good dudes, known them for a decade plus. So if you like me and have some issues with that sort of thing, hit them up, use them. They're a local company. It's literally just 2 dudes. They're brothers. They're identical twins. They got the same fucking face. Check them out. But also, let's get into it. I want to before we get to our guests. Oh, and we have Mike Eaton and then also Monica Nevi. They'll be on the show tonight. But before we talk to them, I want to bring on my co-host, the ever balded, the ever bearded, Gregory Beachler.
What's going on, Luke? How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Fucking, it's been a pretty good day. I mean, thinking about going to get my windshield replaced by identical twins because, you know, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know that was an option, so I'm proud.
It is an option. I don't know if you just heard me, man, but I know some people that's exactly what they could do for you.
Oh my God, dude, that's incredible, man. This is what doesn't this show bring you, man?
That's about all the news and then also some auto glass stuff. But besides that, I don't know. So cool, man. We decided for our opening thing. Do you want? No, I'll set it up. We're looking through, and just recently, a man in Australia was sentenced to prison term for driving his car into 2 marked police vehicles. He was in a van. He smashed into them, drove off. They found him about an hour later, arrested him, and actually, I'm just gonna let the video play, and then we'll talk about it. If you could set that up.
Criminals usually like to fly under the radar, but this alleged drug dealer caught police's attention when he crashed into 2 of their cars in Eastwood in Sydney's northwest, writing off one of them.
This would be one of the easiest drug busts the New South Wales police has ever made. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Officers stopped the van an hour later in Ryde, where they found moving boxes containing several bags of a crystal substance. Police say testing returned a positive result for the drug ice.
So each 1 kilogram bag was in its own resealable plastic bag, and then each box had 21 that was neatly packed away. So you can only assume that it's a distribution point then to on-sell quite a significant amount of drugs.
26-year-old Simon Tu was charged with large commercial drug supply, negligent driving, and not giving his particulars to police. He did not apply for bail in court on Tuesday, and it was formally refused. Police are appealing for anyone with dashcam or CCTV footage from the area on Monday between 10:30 and 11:30 a.m. to come forward.
I don't know if I'm going to give any lessons to drug dealers. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any lesson to be learnt.
Caroline Marcus, Sky News, Sydney.
Oh my God!
I don't think there's any lessons to be learned. Like, dude, there's so many lessons to be learned.
There's so many lessons off the top, just from the one CCTV. Man. Okay, so I read more about the story, of that video. It turns out there was almost $150 million worth of crystal methamphetamine in a van. And this guy got 6 years, a 6-year sentence.
He got 6 years and 6 months. So.
Oh, I apologize. He did drive recklessly, so they gave him that extra 6 months.
Yeah.
But they dropped the particulars charge, which is the stupidest shit.
Yeah, I love that. It's like large commercial drug supply and then negligent driving. Okay, that makes sense. And then not giving his particulars to police. You're like, what is not giving your license when they ask for it? And they're like, all right.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't have your license and insurance, dude? Also, noting that down, sir. You're not getting away with that, even though you have fucking Breaking Bad levels of meth in your van.
So I think if Heisenberg had that much meth at the beginning of Breaking Bad, it would have been like a 6-episode season.
Yeah, he would have had his money. He was like, yo, this is getting a little ridiculous. We made a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And he got 6 years, dude. If that was the United States,
dude,
he'd have like 400 years. Like, you're never getting out. We built you a special prison under the jail.
Also, that dude is probably not going to live that long. He had literally $150 million worth of ice, meth, and like you watching that car, he was like texting and driving, doing something stupid. He's like, "Yo, I have all of the drugs." And dude, here's a lesson to learn: if you have a bunch of drugs, don't drive past the police station.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, Google Maps around that shit. Also, like don't. What are you doing? How do you run into 2 police cars with a bunch of meth? Of course you took off, but Jesus, man, worse luck.
He stayed in his van. He didn't even get that far away. He stayed in his van, didn't move anything. It was just waiting. You're like, dude, it's too much.
Like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I like how his van just had like a little bit of damage, and that police car was fucked, dude. What kind of van was that? That was pretty impressive.
I think it was a Ford, maybe. No, I don't think it's in Australia. I do know that the 2 cop cars were Hyundais, which is cute.
What I drive. So
yeah, and you're not a cop, but also like just it's a complete difference between American police and Australian police. Like the dude that they're interviewing is wearing like this nice hat and like giggling about it. He's like, it was a really easy day for us.
Yeah, nobody. Blah. Yeah. If this was America, that dude probably wouldn't have got out of the van at all. There would have been like guns drawn for hitting a cop car.
Yeah, they'd be like, well, we charged him for not giving us particulars because we shot him in the back 27 times.
Yeah, but he did have a lot of meth, so.
They're heroes. All right, fantastic, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, let's move on. Let's get to our very first guest coming up. All the way from LA, please welcome Mike Eaton.
Hello. How's it
What's
going?
up, man?
Just living the dream, surviving some fires.
Yeah, man. The whole West Coast is real smoky right now.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah, we are. Besides that, how you doing, man? Just chilling?
Yeah, doing great. Honestly, loving this. It's so much fun being inside all the time. I'm killing it.
Is that what you would normally do, and now you just have an excuse to stay indoors?
No, I've just like really embraced it. I just decided to do that, so I went and bought like an Xbox and figured out how video games work. Did you know video games are really good now?
Yeah, noticed that.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they make
Xbox kind of garbage,
like movies, man. They make more money.
It's insane. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching movies and I push buttons in them. It's pretty good.
I want to dive in and ask you. We can do a quick aside. What games have you played and what has been blowing your mind?
Grand Theft Auto 5 is crazy.
Yeah.
I never even played any of those as a kid. So like this is my first time playing Grand Theft Auto at all.
Yeah.
And
Grand Theft is a great game, man. I can't believe 5 is still going. Wasn't the 6 supposed to drop like 2 years ago?
Nah, they're still making money off of it, man. Studios can just put some polish up an old game that already sold a bunch and then repackage it, put it on a new console. Everyone's happy.
You can shoot people in the face for no reason.
Yeah, People do that in real life too. So
Yeah, I mean that's
There's
not really.
consequences.
yeah,
There's consequences of the game. Cops show up for real.
And
Then
you shoot them.
More cops.
It's
They just
so
keep
good.
coming.
And then you just hide, and then no cops. It's so good.
we could actually, if we wanted to, we could recreate the entire story that Greg and I just went over inside Grand Theft Auto.
Easy. That's easily a mission that you failed hard. Like, how the fuck did you skid out and hit the cop cars, bro? You got to be undetected until at least this point on the map.
Also, 21 kilos of meth is a lot of meth.
Yeah.
That's 21,000 grams.
That is a lot.
At $60 a gram here, that's like 1.2 million.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's a lot
So
of meth. You'd be a good driver on meth, right?
You think you would be.
Yeah.
I feel like
that was
it's
21 grams per box, though, man. And there were multiple boxes like that.
oh my God. You should be like so good at driving.
But okay, just because honestly, I feel like the dude might have just kind of gotten roped into it, like over his head, because it was like a 26-year-old. His name's Simon too, and like clearly he was with the van after it happened. Like he hit cops and then sat in his van, like not to try to turn it and make us all feel bad for him, but I'm like, I think this dude is a nerd who got roped into doing some stuff.
Wouldn't that be effed up? Dude's like, hey man, I just hit somebody. I got to call the cops. Can you watch this van? And then he just took off. So now he's like, what? This isn't all my meth. 6 years. Thank God it's Australia.
I hope so much that's what happened.
Oh, I mean, that'd be terrible for him. I mean, it's terrible regardless. All right. Well, what did you bring us? What was your wait what moment of the week, Mike?
So a World War II veteran got his final wish, which was to have his casket painted like a box of juicy fruit. The gum.
that, but 6 feet deep.
Yeah, like he wanted that real bad. And like the first thing when I read it was like, all right, it's his final wish. Dude is dead. Dude is not dead. Dude is alive.
Dude is not dead.
He's not. Also, his name is Suddy Economy. His last name is Economy.
Where did you get this news story from, bro?
CNN.
Okay.
Well,
still, it might be bullshit.
So he's a.
I was just gonna be like, it's CNN. I don't know how this story serves the liberal agenda
at all.
I don't know who's helping. So this dude Suddy Economy. So he's been like giving out juicy fruit his whole life. So apparently, like back in World War II, the Mars company that makes all of that decided to stop selling some gum to America. They're like, we're not going to sell it to the civilians. We're just going to sell it to our troops. And that was to support the war. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Wouldn't you want to raise funds to send money to the troops instead of just sending them packages of gum?
Why
like, hey,
just
man.
3 kinds of gum, though? What about like all the other candy that you make?
Well, maybe because gum is something you can chew. It's fairly quiet, and you can keep it for a while. If you're just eating a candy, you're just eating some sugar, and then it's gone. Gum will stick with you, helps keep you awake while you're like, on guard.
God, that's depressing as shit. Well,
I'm pretty sure anything I'm going to say about World War II isn't going to be uplifting.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of feel-good stories. Like, did you also know in World War II that was just like, oh, great, I'm going to tell my kids about that. Nah.
We got a lot of scientists to help us with space stuff.
We sure did, from great sources too, man. Yeah, I think my favorite part about the story is that like the gum company had to give its permission to spray paint the casket in the first place. Like, dog, just do it and bury yourself. What the fuck are they gonna do? Dig you up?
Yeah, like, yo, you're dead.
But it also at first didn't Wrigley like just go, no, we're not going to do that. They did. They had to do like a Facebook petition or something and then eventually they're like, oh, this dude's been just buying and giving out our gum for literally half of a century at this point. We'll let you do the thing. You can spray paint your casket with our brand. And also, like, didn't they send him just 250 packets of gum or something?
Dude, that's the best part. They sent him 250 packets of gum. Do you want to know where they sent them?
Where?
The funeral home.
Oh Jesus. Well,
They sent them to the family's attention at the funeral home. Dude is not dead.
Dude is not dead.
oh, he's not even dead.
No.
Oh my God, man. Okay, first off, this dude has a lot of respect for Wrigley that he'd even ask permission, dog. Just do it. Just do it.
So the whole reason it went like viral on social media is he had a heart attack. He used to go and visit this one hospital and give them juicy fruit, and like just to visit and be a sad old dude. And then he had a heart attack and had to go to that hospital. And he spent like 3 weeks in that hospital and was like, I really want to do this. And they said no. And then everybody on social media was like, no, you should do that for sure. And then instead of sending him gum in the hospital, they sent it to the funeral home.
Wait, okay. If I'm remembering correctly, didn't his friend who runs the funeral home, also that's like the best friendship to have at the end of your life. Like just set it up so you get a good deal so you don't wipe out your money on the way out the door. But like, so I get why they would think it was through the funeral home because like, didn't that guy contact them?
Well, that was where they gave the permission to paint the casket because that was like where like who needed they're the casket painters. Like fuck.
I'm mad at this like emperor attitude that Wrigley has about who's gonna. I've seen dudes in like Newport uniforms, like like whole sweatsuits, just Newport, just standing there. Like Newport ain't gonna say shit about it, man. But Wrigley's gonna have a problem. Hey,
But
I'm not eating that gum
that people would see once.
Yeah. Also, how insane is it going to be in the future if by happenstance, for some reason, this casket gets dug up and it just says juicy fruit?
It's just the one.
Just on a box with a dead body in it.
I feel like the body would lose its flavor after 5 minutes.
I don't know if it'd lose its flavor, but it would definitely get worse.
Yeah. But what a nuts request. And a weird thing to do.
Yeah,
it said he did it at restaurants. I feel like that's 100% what he was leaving as a tip.
Yeah, I feel like there was more that happened to him in World War II that they didn't mention. Like he caught like a few shells like too close to him a couple times, and he was never right again. So he just really like just lashed onto this gum. And
yeah,
was
his friend said it was like his peace mission thing. He was like, I want to spread peace to remember all of the deceased friends of mine.
Yeah.
Gum.
I mean, like it is kind of a weird. It's nice if someone offers you gum, but like you immediately go, "Oh, is my breath bad?" And then also, like, who's this stranger just offering me candy? Like, there's plenty of like information in the world where you shouldn't be accepting candy from strangers.
You ever see that
Juicy
bread?
fruit feels like a fun gum, though.
Juicy fruit, yeah, but also like, I get it. It's probably wholesome, but he also could be the guy that's just like, no one's mad at you if you give him gum.
Dude, if you gave a prisoner of war some gum, you don't think he'd be like, "Oh man, fucking thank you, dude."
It's a really
sometimes all you need is a stick of gum.
It's a really low bar. Well, either way, I'm glad he got his dying wish, which is to have his casket painted like a stick of gum that's been in his pocket for half of a century.
Yeah, and his dying wish that he gets to have before he dies. I don't think you're supposed to get it first.
Although, I mean, that is kind of awesome to be like, well, I'm good.
Yeah, know that your dying wish was fulfilled. Yeah. That's also like a fucking bro.
Yeah.
You know, right beforehand, you're like, they even did a good job. They sent an official guy.
Yeah.
He's going to die choking to death on that gum. That would be the perfect picture, perfect ending.
Also, I this is a little dark. I love the visual because at his funeral, for sure, everyone's going to be chewing gum, and it's just people spinning around this casket as it's being lowered, as Taps is playing, just going.
Oh.
All right, was that disrespectful? I don't know.
Someone's gonna stick their chewed gum on the inside lip of the casket. I loved you, Sonny.
Somebody's gonna step on it and see it when they get home, like, "Oh my God, Grandpa, this is a sign. Never wearing this shoe again."
Just picturing someone like, "My condolences, Mrs. Economy."
Your husband was a gum-loving son of a bitch. I'll tell you that.
American hero. All right. Did you have anything else to add on top of that, Mike?
Oh no, I think that's it. Thank you.
Oh, yes, that was fun. Okay. All right.
Hey dude, have you finished that video yet?
Yeah, I'm working on the video right now.
Hey dude, the Zoom call is at 6 p.m.
At 6? Yeah, that should be fine. I can make that work.
Hey dude, the Zoom call actually got pushed to right now. Hurry up.
What? When did that happen?
Hey dude, I just got your video. Great fucking job.
Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that.
Hey dude, I'm actually gonna need you to make a couple changes to that video.
What? You just said it was fine.
I know what I said, dude. But the powers that be asked for some changes.
The powers that be? You're the boss. You're the powers that be.
Redo the video. Just redo the entire thing.
Mother! Is your boss a pain in the ass? While you can't always choose your employer, you can choose how you handle stressful situations. Try Elevate. It protects your brain so you can remain focused, and it helps you to relieve stress. That way, you can handle the most difficult tasks and the most difficult people. If work has you stressed out, try Elevate. I feel a lot better. Mother!
And use code PLC at checkout to get 15% off all products.
Let's move on to our next guest. She's a Washington comic. Work with her all the time. Well, back when that was a thing that we could do. Please welcome Monica Nevi.
Whoa, hi.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was like thinking about what I'm going to paint my coffin.
Yeah, what if like we get to like just get like is that like the next step of like customizing thing, like just getting really dope coffins?
Right. I didn't know. You just paint the racing stripes. There's so many options, you know. It's the vanity plate of death. Disappointed in my story now, honestly.
No, we'll see where it goes. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Although, yeah, it might be a little bit hard to follow a dude painting his like his forever home as a chewing gum.
It's forever home.
Didn't even say what flavor juicy fruit either, man. Just wanted.
Isn't it just the one?
Is it? Oh yeah, right. And there's like winter. There were like 3 flavors. Did he just up with the one?
Spearmint, double mint, and then juicy fruit. Like that's all that Wrigley's.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
I think, am I the only person who's like, isn't that kind of creepy? Like, if like just some older man was like, do you want some gum? I'd be like, no, thank you. Please go away.
I imagine that, but it's just, I don't know. It seems sort of innocent, but at the same time, it's like, man, if this is like what you do all the time, like that, there has to be a couple people who are like, I fucking hate it when he's here.
Right. Like, oh, it's the juicy fruit guy again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, what, 92, dude? Like, how many creepy 92-year-olds are you really afraid of, though?
Yeah. But if he's been doing it since the war, you know, he was younger at some point.
Oh, he was. He's definitely dangerous at one point.
He definitely creeped out someone offering them chewing.
For sure. Yeah.
And for sure, he's made people self-conscious about their breath.
Yeah.
I could just be. I brush my teeth regularly. Don't mind me. All right, so Monica, what is the story? What is your wait what moment of the week? What do you have?
Okay, well, I thought this was it's not really that interesting, but I also heard that they canceled trick-or-treating in general. Just another victim of cancel culture, it seems. But the people who make Peeps are not doing any of the holiday, like they do different shapes. You know, if you don't know what a peep is, it looks like a little chicken, but it's a marshmallow. Yeah. And yeah, there we go. And so normally during like Halloween, they do like scary cats or Frankenstein or whatever. They do Christmas trees for Christmas, and they're not doing any of that. Apparently they had to shut down the whole plant, which is called Just Born Confections. Sure. And they make like Mike and Ike's and hot tamales and stuff.
Just Born?
Yeah, Just Born. I didn't know that until I was reading this article. But they had to Yeah.
Such a creepy name for a.
Man, it is a creepy name, and it sounds like they were just born when they came up with that recipe for Peeps.
The one thing that I was thinking, this is going to go in a poor direction probably, but there's always been a little bit of propaganda that says that Pepsi uses stem cells in like from aborted fetuses. They use stem cells to flavor. Yeah, it's like a Christian Science propaganda thing.
Those and that's contradictory words.
That's what, yeah, I know. That's what, I think they do that on purpose. That's what, that name made me think of, like Just Born. Like that's what's in. They're definitely using the stem cells in this. Yeah, I guess that's the whole. They're not doing any of their fancy other Peep, so they had to shut down completely. So they weren't making hot tamales and Mike and Ike's and stuff. And then they opened again in the beginning of May because their plant could be spaced out or whatever, COVID, proof. And but not enough apparently to do their normal size load of making marshmallow Frankensteins or whatever.
It's a tragedy. Like I read the article you sent me. It was it's through Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. They're just like, we're not doing any of them, but that does mean that they will be back for Easter. So
oh, there you go.
There will be rabbits on Jesus's resurrection. I swear to God,
he is risen. He is risen indeed. Although, okay, so, do you, Monica? Do you like Peeps?
I am actually okay with them. My mother really likes them, but so maybe it's like I had them as a kid. I don't think I've ever bought like the special holiday ones though. I've only ever had the little chickens or the rabbits. It was only an Easter thing. Also, my mother, I love her, but every day for lunch when she was in school, she had a Coke and a Twinkie. So I don't, it's not like quality. It's not quality coming around here. Her favorite things. So
I like it subtly just being like she is a sugar fiend and has terrible taste buds.
Right, kind of. I mean, but it is just sugar. It's marshmallow covered in sugar with eyes. Like that's all it is. So it's not good for you in any way, and you got to be in the mood. I think you guys know marshmallow mood.
The mood you need to be in is your blood sugar's a little low, Greg.
Yeah, like, you're like, look, I don't have diabetes
yet. With my type 1 diabetes, and I would still be like, can't believe this is what's about to save my life. I'm so upset right now. I hate people. They're disgusting.
Well, then you could paint your coffin in Peeps. That would be
ironically.
But I do think you gotta like at least respect the company a little bit for being like, oh like we need to be safe, we need to make sure our employees aren't hurt, do all this stuff. By the way, as a byproduct, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to sell these other items. Like that's good, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so too. It's just I like that they had to make like a big announcement about it. They're like, I know this is going to really crush your guys' Halloween season, but no spooky cat marshmallows.
And the spooky cat it's not even spooky. It's just purple.
It's not. Yeah. It just looks, I didn't even in my head. I was like, what are they, pumpkins or what are they? But I saw the cats and Frankensteins.
I kind of look like lowercase H's, man, for some reason, like the tail's up and it's supposed to be all hunched up. They're stupid. Anyway, these are dumb. I'm mad about the Mike and Ike's though, and the hot tamales. I like to eat those during movies, but you can't see those right now anyway. So I guess it breaks even for me.
I mean, they seem to be putting all their eggs in the Mike and Ike and hot tamale basket instead of making the Halloween. I was gonna say flavored, Halloween flavored Peeps.
I don't know, like really the only thing I ever did with Peeps as a kid is this is a game we'd play where you'd get two. Also, that's such a weird beginning of any sentence. You'd get two Peeps, you'd put them in a microwave and you'd put toothpicks in them and you point them at each other and then you just turn the microwave on and then you'd wait to see it because they expand in the microwave and then you see which one stabs the other one first and they're the winner.
I definitely put them in the microwave, but I never weaponized them.
Yeah, you got
both wasteful and mildly destructive, man.
I mean, the kid, bored.
Middle class boredom, bro. Middle class boredom.
Lower middle class boredom, okay?
I apologize.
And nothing else. And video games are bad for you. And that's, see, Mike's
and
just.
so are peeps. So, whatever.
And that's why my mother encouraged us to put them in the microwave and have them murder each other.
So you didn't eat them.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, what do you, I guess that kind of leads into more of the like the trick-or-treating stuff. I mean, what do you, I don't know. I don't really care. Like, that doesn't really bother me, but people are a bit up in arms and that they couldn't go trick-or-treating. I don't like to talk to other people's children, so I'm fine with that. But it's, I guess they're afraid you would hand out COVID. I don't know. But,
I mean, if you're, it is like, I don't think you have to worry about like a kid spreading it or anything like that. They're probably going to be wearing a mask, something like that. But like, you're literally going to a stranger's house, and if they have it or are asymptomatic or anything like that, you're just going to be I mean, it's kind of I don't know about you guys, but like all the stuff for the last 6 months made me just be like, oh man, humans are just disgusting creatures, and we just allow so much of our filth to go everywhere always.
Absolutely.
This might be the only year that like poison candy might be a real thing. Like people just sneeze and shit on purpose. Like I'll get everyone.
That is the thing. They always told us there's like, check your candy for razor blades. I'm like, what? Why that specifically? Like, what? Who did that? There's a rule for a reason. Somebody put razor blades in something. It's not. Is that more or less scary than getting COVID? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it depends on who you're talking to and what news they're
It's true.
They're like, razor blades are real. I've seen them.
It's a hoax. Razor blades are a hoax.
Razor blades are a hoax. But honestly, I think razor blades and apples are a hoax. Also, what house is giving out apples? Like what?
And no one eats those apples anyway, dude. If you ever taken them, you just throw those immediately. Like, this is weighing down my bag for other good shit. Get out of here.
I agree. And then you're mad, and you tell the other kids, you're like, don't go to that house. He's giving out apples. But also, I know kids aren't very smart. I'm well aware of that. But who is like doesn't notice before you bite into something that there's a razor blade in it? Like, those seem not that small to me, especially if it's an apple. Like, you'd have to cut it in some way before,
push a razor blade into it, it just would leave like a hole. It'd be pretty.
Yeah, you'd have to see that. But I mean, maybe like needles. I don't know. I have never thought about putting sharp things in food, but it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of work when, if you really want to hurt kids, you could just punch them and run away.
Yeah. You gotta get your vice grip thing.
Yeah, wear a mask and hit them and then run.
It's working out. That would be helpful. Anyway. So
I had another thought. Now I've lost it because we went 17 different degrees. Did you? What? I don't know if we're even going to be having Halloween this year. I feel like it's not the safest thing. I think a lot of what's probably going to happen is people are going to just set candy outside on the front porch, and then if you're the type of person who needs to see kids excited, you're going to just be like peeking out a window like a creep, just be like, "Hey, you guys want any juicy fruit?" Like.
Bring it back. It's I don't mind not having Halloween. It's not my favorite, but if we're gonna get into the other holidays, I would be more upset missing out on those.
Well, I mean, most other holidays are all kind of like family oriented.
Right. We got old people around. I don't know. They can't stop me. Anyways. You can't stop me from spreading Christmas cheer.
Just Christmas caroling and spreading a pandemic.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, whatever. Do you have anything else? Anything else about that?
No.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Monica. As always, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Mike back out here will plug all y'all's infos. Or Monica, if you want to start saying, where can they find you? Social media, what do you got going on? All that fun stuff.
Yeah, everything's just my name. So at Monica Nevi on Instagram and Twitter, monicanevi.com. I have a couple of live shows coming up if you're in Oregon. And then I've been focusing on my YouTube So there's a lot of, I do some live streams on there, and then there's different content every week. So, and that's also just my name, Monica Nevi.
Awesome. And Mike, what do you got?
I'm at the Mike Eaton on everything because Mike is the most generic name ever. So I put a the in front of it. And if you're in LA or in that area, I've got San Bernardino on the 16th and Glendale at the Drive-In Theater on the 26th. So, yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Greg, what you got?
Ah, man, at Greg Beachler on everything, Instagram, YouTube. I don't really mess with Facebook, but I'm on there. Have a show in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, October 16th. You know, because Idaho doesn't give a shit, so I'll be trying to stay safe out there. And yeah, so if you're in the area, come check it out. It'd be good to see some live comedy again.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. And you guys can find me on all social media at Luke Severeid, or on Facebook. It's just my name. And we'll be back here next week. Oh, and I want to repeat, this episode is brought to you by Magnatech Auto Glass and Residential. Check them out if you guys need anything. You're in the South Sound area of Washington State and need something done, hit them up. And yeah, we'll be back here next week. And again, we are a part of the Big Laugh Comedy Network. They have shows every day of the week. If you enjoyed it, check it out. And if you guys enjoyed this show, you can subscribe to us or send us money on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all that stuff, or Patreon. We'll take money. All the money goes to the performers. And like I said, we'll be back here next week, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Hope to see you then. And leave you guys with this nice little laugh, leave you on a high note. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make a really easy, quick kale salad. First step, chop it up. This next step is really important. You're going to... Hey.
Hey.
I didn't know you were going to be home.
Yeah.
Did you see the...
Yeah, I saw the rose petals on the bed.
What'd you think?
I already told you, Grace. I don't want to hook up with you.
I don't want to hook up with you.
You want to make love to me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So my roommate is home.
Oh, I've watched that like 20 times.